This video is going to explain directions for completing your bibliography assignment and dissertation sources that you need to locate. For your dissertation, it's all about finding sources related to your topic, and not just sources, but robust sources. So it's about locating them, finding them. It's about documenting them on your references page. It's also about organizing all of those sources in a cohesive and systematic fashion, whether you organize them electronically or you print them and organize them in paper files. But once you have found them, you've documented them, you've organized them, then you have a good listing of sources to write about in your dissertation. So let's talk about the bibliography, the first assignment. This assignment is due on week 3. So it's important that you start gathering your references for this assignment after tonight's class, which is week 1. And in order to do that, you'll need to use the dissertation template that you downloaded from the ALNet website. And when you locate all of your sources, you'll need to list those 35 references under the references page at the end of the dissertation template. This is what the template looks like. It's on page 27 of the template. Once you find this page and you have your sources, it's just a matter of listing these sources on this page in alphabetical order in correct APA style. So here is the rubric for the assignment. On the exemplary side, you'll need 35 or more references. You'll also need to pay attention to the sources of the references. All or nearly all of those references need to be located from books, peer-reviewed journal articles, or government documents and dissertations. I know that all of us receive those practitioner resources in our mailbox every day, like Education Week or Educational Leadership or the Principal Magazine. Those sources you want to stay away from because they're not peer-reviewed. You also want to make sure that your sources are current and within the last 5 years. We can talk more about that on week 2, or be sure and ask me any questions if you have questions about that. Again, we're also looking at APA style for your references, that you have correct APA style, correct punctuation, and spelling throughout your references. Let's talk about where you can locate those robust sources for your references page. William Woods University has a lot of great databases that you need to take advantage of as a student at William Woods University. So to get there, simply go to the William Woods University website and click on New and Current Students. Then you'll find this screen where you'll need to click on Library. The next screen, you will come across a drop-down menu where you'll need to select Education. And the Education Research Guide screen that you'll see next is this particular page. And in green are all the hyperlinks for the references databases that you can access. For anything that's in green, that's a hyperlink to a database. For instance, if you click on ProQuest Dissertations, you'll notice that a blank screen comes up asking you to put in your William Woods University ID and password. You probably have done that before. If it's been a while and you have forgotten your user ID and password, then please be sure to call any of these numbers here, and a reference librarian will get in touch with you so that you can get access to your user ID and password. So again, when you click on the green, you're not going to get into that database until you type in your user ID and password. I also want to mention on this particular screen, not only can you get to the databases from here, but there are also, this is the Education Research Guide page, so there are other tabs here at the top that can provide you with sources of information, such as if you're not quite sure about APA, here are some resources where you can click on this tab and you'll be able to access guidelines for APA style. So make sure you take advantage of all of these resources here at the top of the page. Let's say that you've located your 35 sources. Now it's about documenting those sources on your reference list assignment. So let's see what that should look like. On your reference list, you need to make sure you have the correct APA style source available. You need to also remember that your different references will differ by the source type. For example, the way that a dissertation looks on the references page looks different than a journal article or different than a book. And you'll need to make sure you alphabetize the list by the first name in each entry. So on your reference list, check requirements for each type of entry regarding capitalization and italics. For example, we know that a book title is lowercase except for the first word of that book title and any proper names. We also know that that book title is in italics. So again, depending on the type of reference, the journal article, the dissertation, or the book, there's all different formatting kinds of requirements that you'll need to consult your APA guidelines for. This is what your reference list should look like. The first line of each citation is flush left. So if it's a book title, then the first line is going to be flush left, and any other lines after that are going to be double spaced and indented 5 spaces. So if you use this example on your references page, you should be in good shape with that particular formatting. Like the rest of your dissertation text, all reference entries again are double spaced. In fact, your entire dissertation is double spaced. For journal articles that you find, make sure that you use the digital object identifier number. Here's an example of a DOI number that needs to be included in your citation on your references page. So let's review. On the grading rubric for your references assignment, we're looking for the number of references, 35 on the exemplary side, 35 or more. We're looking at the types of sources, those robust sources from dissertations, journal articles, government documents, and then we're also looking at APA style, punctuation, and spelling. And here's the rubric for that again, and that concludes this video. And we can certainly revisit these things on week 2, or certainly contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.